All right. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Coming out to the end of this week. Man, some fantastic action yesterday as I got off the live stream on AGTC. I had some really solid trades on that one. Midday, I caught a really nice long on it. And I caught another one in the afternoon on AGTC. I just want to go over that play from yesterday real quick before we get into the watch list. And some people were suggesting to me that, Nick, you should start typing out your watch list. Sometimes I can't, tune into the live stream. And I totally agree. I understand that some of you guys can't be here every single day watching the live stream, but you still want to see what I'm looking at, what I'm watching. So I'm going to start posting, the daily watch list in the daily watch list tab on Discord. So you guys can check that out every single day, and I'll probably refer to it too while I'm going over the live stream. All right, but AGTC yesterday, man, fantastic opportunity on this one. We were watching it. We did have a trade on it during the stream. Turned out to be a bit of a break-even trade, but you could see, we had this $6 line mapped up, and it never fully cracked. Right, it never fully cracked. It did come down below it a little bit. And sometimes you see that a bit of a fake breakdown on our backside line. And you could see, they saved it, put in some higher lows here, still holding trend. And you could see here we started to, really pick up in the volume. We broke that 675 area, and we were off to the races here on AGTC. I started scaling in right around this area here. As I saw, we were starting to base 620 was starting to base, started loading up here. I accidentally forgot to take a picture of my chart yesterday, so I apologize. Every single day I post my charts, but I forgot to take a picture of my chart yesterday. But I did, take some long here. Was selling here into the pops here, 750s, and I actually did get a sell up there at 8 on that one. And then was watching it throughout the morning here into the afternoon. And then in the afternoon, I did catch another long on it. Where was it? I believe. I can't remember, but I know I was getting in 870s. It may have been around this area here, around 870s. And then I was selling into the end of day pop here, 940. So really solid opportunity on this one yesterday in AGTC. We went over the reasons why. Was easy to borrow name. Was a high institutional name on AGTC. So the factors are there on AGTC. So really nice squeeze yesterday. Great opportunity on this one. These are the trades I love to take. I love trading, when shorts are stuck, especially, when it's easy to borrow name. A lot of shorts are, you're going to have a lot of shorts who are stuck a lot more than a hard to borrow name, that's for sure. So some really great opportunities here on AGTC. So I just wanted to go over that. And that being said, let me pull up the Discord and we could hop into this watch list. All right. And I encourage you guys to use the watch list also. It's not just for me. I think it's really great to type out your watch list. I think that really helps with your discipline skills. It makes you follow your plan, follow your thesis. Obviously, you don't want to always fall too in love with your thesis, as things could definitely change. So here's my my watch list for today. Don't want to cover it up, so I just wanted to show you guys. I'll probably read it on my other screen here. So let's go over GENE, because that's the first one I have on my watch list here. So I wrote out here GENE. Yesterday, really nice trap here off the T+2. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. My bad, guys. All right. So as I was saying, GENE, really nice T+2 yesterday. Had a really nice end of morning trap here on GENE. Let me just show you guys, what I'm talking about here. So really nice trap here at the end of the morning here on GENE. So what we have been seeing recently in this market has been these, day 3, day 4 type. What the heck happened to the candle right there? That was weird. So we've been seeing recently in this market have been, these day 3, day 4, next leg up type moves. So we have the day 1 on high volume. The following day is kind of that soaking day where, you have the big hands, manipulators look to load on that day 2. Reload, I mean. And then, you'll have that day 3, day 4. Not always, but that's usually what I've been seeing. Usually that day 3, day 4, we get that possible next leg up. So what I would say to keep on watch today for GENE is a watch, right around this $4 to $3.90 area for a dip buy if trend holds, or you could watch for this $5 reclaim for a possible next leg up. As you guys see here on the there the candle go. 522 is that high, so if we could reclaim 5 and start the base, I think shorts could be in some deep trouble here, and we could see 6+ here on GENE. But I did right here at the end of the watch. If we stay heavy below 4 and we're struggling to get back above 4, it'll probably fade. It'll probably be a fader here on GENE. So that's gonna be the game plan on that one. SAVA, the next one on the watch list. SAVA, incredible move here. What else do I really have to say? Just an absolute monster of a move here. I'm swinging this from low 8s here on SAVA. I really think they are setting up here for a possible next leg here. Also, I think we could see 12 to $15 would not surprise me here on SAVA. They held that 780 mark really nicely here yesterday on SAVA. You can see dip here held, dip here held, dip here held, and then this morning we did get this gap here. I think All Knowing Fool posted that someone raised the price target here to $12. Not that it really matters, but maybe that's why we have a little bit more action here in the pre-market so far. So I'm gonna continue to hold this one, for a swing here. All right, so let's see. I got one more on the watch here. You got it, guys. So I'm seeing a lot of you guys, like the watch list that I'm posting. So I'll continue to do it. I have no problem doing it. I think I used to do it. I just stopped because I'm on the live stream. So I guess I don't really have to type out my watch. But I understand that maybe you guys like seeing it visual. Maybe you guys hop on the stream late. So I'm gonna continue doing that. All right. So the next one here, CPH. So I wrote out here on CPH. CPH is a history of giving back its gain. You can see all these upper shadows here. You can see upper shadow here, upper shadow here. So it's known for giving back its gains on CPH. And what I did write is that, so far in, the pre-market, you can see downtrending here on light volume, weak price action. So far here on CPH. So we're not getting that volume or price action confirmation here on CPH. Still being mindful, it is a 3 million in float stock, so kind of in that micro float range. I see usually under 3 million is a micro float, so it's kind of the cutoff here on CPAH. This is one that I know that a certain newsletter likes to hit this one, so I do expect this thing to go on some sort of pop first, especially if the newsletter hits it. So what I wrote out here, I said, watch for some sort of exhaustion move to get short, as long as the price action volume is still weak here. So could see maybe back up to 225 possibly, or even 210ish. Wait for a retest and fail, and on that retest I could look to get short, risking that prior top on CPAH for some more backside. So that will be the game plan here on CPAH this morning. All right, next we have AGTC. Went over this one a little bit. Don't want to go back into it. But just incredible move yesterday. So what we want to see here on AGTC is something like we saw, something like we're seeing on GENE. We had this day 1 move on high volume. So could expect a possible. I'm not saying it's gonna do that, but I'm just saying this is what we've been seeing in the market. So this is what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for a similar type move. So Maybe a possible pullback to $8, maybe mid sevens, and then on Monday or Tuesday we get that next leg up when we go 10 plus here on AGTC. As long as the chart confirms, right? It's all about the chart on this setup. If the chart's not telling us it wants to go higher, then what's the point of getting in, right? So if the chart confirms, trend starts to hold, and we get that reversal, look for it. If not, it'll probably fade. So that's what we'll be looking for here. Could we see a possible day two? Yeah, it's definitely possible. We could see a day two here. But, I would much prefer playing it, if we set up how we have been on a lot of these other names. So if we set up on Monday or Tuesday, I'll definitely go look and attack. All right. And that's really it for the watch. And then I just wrote out some of my swing holds. CYCN, I'm holding this one. Swing, I'm holding a $3 average here on CYCN. You can see here, slowly, building up here, putting in some higher highs on the chart here. I like how we have this nice gap to fill here on CYCN. So I'm gonna hold this one, on out on CYCN. So holding that one for a swing. ISR, I'm holding for a swing as well. We'd like to see it really hold this, this 60. If we crack under 65, I'll probably look to stop out on this one. So I want to see it, continue to base above 70 and possibly get its, its next leg here on ISR. So I'm holding this one for a swing, and then obviously I went over. I'm holding SAVA, and then ALRN. I'm holding this one for a swing, looking for a next leg up here on ALRN. And then, like I said, I have some other long-term holds, few penny stocks, AQST, EYEG, but I'm just going over ones that I'm expecting some more near-term. All right, so that's going to be it for the game plan, the watch list. I'm liking that a lot better. I'm kind of like doing this a lot better, so I'm gonna continue to do it like this, where I write it out. Much easier for me too, because I have it written out. So just kind of rereading, what I'm, what I wrote. Let's see. So SR and E. Yeah, SR and E. This one has a very large history of going on multi-day moves. You can see one here. I believe it did another one too. One here. So you guys can see SRNE, big time history of multi-day moves. So this is no, it's known for doing these multi-day moves on SRNE. So it would not surprise me to see if this one continues to be a very tricky one for shorts. This is one I would definitely not fight on the short side. Very hard name to trade. I've gotten squeezed on this one before in the past. So yeah, the thing about SRNE, it's not your typical small cap. It's much bigger in the float. It trades a little bit heavier. So just be wary of that on SRNE. Not to say it can't make a nice move, but just be wary that it's a little bit more of a thicker traded stock. So just keep that in mind on SRNE. We can definitely watch this one to see if it sets up in any sort of chart pattern. Yeah, 100%, Oliver. That's why I'm holding ISR. What was his name? I forgot the name. ISR. That's why I'm holding ISR. That's why I'm holding ALRN. So those are two sub $1 plays that I think have some potential for a possible move up $1 plus. Let's see, PHAS. That sounds familiar. Biotech name. Biotech's been extremely hot. Yeah, nice multi-day move here on PHAS. I believe this one trades super thin. It was even setting up a little bit too here on the daily. So this one's halted on news. So yeah, definitely one we want to be keeping an eye on. I believe this is an extremely thin trader. Could be wrong, but that's just from the top of my memory. I remember it being a very thin name. So yeah, we'll keep this one on watch. Just let me know when this one unhalts. So top watch is gonna be for today CPH, GENE, and SAVA. Gonna be my main focuses this morning. Short King, appreciate it. Great watch list, appreciate it, man. AJ, is the stream working? Yeah, from my end, it looks like it's up and running. Is anyone else having any issues with the stream? TRIL is another one. Not gonna be a main focus for me, but TRIL, it kind of made that move already. So this is, extended territory on TRIL. If anything, you want to wait for some sort of pullback here. Don't want to be chasing up here on TRIL. So just want to throw it out there that this one made a really nice move the other day. Another one that, as I ended the stream, it started to really pick on up. AKTX. AKTX with some momentum here. And guys, about to open on up here. 1 minute till we open on up. I'm going to throw up the scanners. Looks like AKTX late play right there with some momentum. And market is open here, guys. So market's open. Here's CPH. Definitely want to keep an eye on CPH. If we could get some sort of pop on this one. Wrote out the game plan on that one. Do want to keep an eye on GENE also. Didn't AKTX come out with? I feel like it came out with that news, right? Is that a recycled news there on AKTX, guys? Let me know. I feel like it's definitely coming out with phase 3 data a couple times now. I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember AKTX come out with that same news a bunch of times. CPH, yeah, gonna need more of a pop here on CPH if I'm gonna get involved with this one. Gonna need a little bit more of a pop. I'm gonna look to get on the short side on that one. All right, so GENE coming down to our 420 to 390 area. So this is kind of this area where we said we could expect some sort of bounce here on GENE. So we mapped out this 420 to 390 area as a possible area. We could see a bounce on GENE. DERM, another one. That's a nice multi-day mover on DERM. Another one that's really extended here on the daily. Up a little bit too much, but you know, another one, incredible multi-day move there on DERM. All right, CPH. All right, guys. So just looking around, just looking at some of these stocks on the watch list. GENE is starting to trying to get a little bit of a bounce here off that 415 area. CPH, the higher the better here on CPH. The higher the better. So like I said, guys, this could just be a few newsletters hitting this thing on CPAH. Has a history of giving back its gains. So the higher the better here. Like to see, you know, around that $2 area. Come on, this stupid E-Trade chart. Come on. Come on, E-Trade. Sorry, guys, just playing around my E-Trade chart here at the moment. Trying to figure out what happened here. GENE slowly curling too on GENE. Slowly curling here. AKTX. Now here we go here on CPAH. There's 170s. This is what we talked about, guys. We talked about this in the pre-market that, you know, we could definitely see up to, you know, this $2 area. The newsletters are definitely a big target for newsletters on CPAH. Obviously, we have to be mindful and be careful that, you know, it still is a 3 million in float stock. Alright, so just keep an eye on that. GNE. What's AKTX doing? Going on to phase 3. TRIL. TRIL still doing some damage here on TRIL. Some good volume there on TRIL. New high a day. Nice little trap there off the open on TRIL. Look at that on TRIL. Very nice. Wow, monster here, TRIL. $360s now, TRIL. What a squeeze here, guys. What a squeeze off this trap here. See, they fake break down the $3 line, ramp it on up, high volume break of VWAP. This is the pattern we love to play here. Just harder to get myself involved with it, right? It went on a crazy squeeze yesterday. From pretty much 10 cents to almost $4 here. And it wasn't really on radar right out of the open either. But really nice pattern here. Yeah, we could see SRNE, trying to form a similar type pattern here. The only thing is, SRNE is 120 million in float, so float's going to be a lot higher. Probably not going to get that same explosive type move like we're getting here on TRIL. Can you send a link to the options channel? Yeah, it's right there, but I'll resend it for you. Got you guys here. Options channel. There you go. Let's see. What do you think the float limit is for a high probability? For a high probability, if you have like a 25, 30 million of float stock, and we're trading some big time volume. Look at TRIL. Look at this big time 1 minute massive baseline volume here. Overall volume's great. This will work great. If you had this on radar and you saw this forming with this type of volume, yeah, this is a high probability chart setup right here on TRIL. When it starts getting a little dicey is probably anything over like 50 million. It starts to get a little bit Probability goes down a little bit. Nice, Dreambox. You caught that? Fantastic, dude. You've been killing it lately, Dreambox. So double top here at 175 on CPH. You see here we're having a lot of trouble here at 175. Appreciate it, Dreambox. Awesome. Bought CPH 137 out of 169. Awesome. I love seeing you guys, take setups, especially, if I'm maybe looking for a short on it and you go long. I like seeing that you guys are have different opinions, right? I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, careful here, guys, on TRIL. Double top tier, coming back down to 350. Hey, GENE is yet to crack too. GENE is yet to crack. Still holding that $4 line. And NVC. Didn't we see this one recently? AKTX doing what AKTX does, giving back its gains, right? Yeah. Yeah, AKTX a turd, guys. I mean, look at all these days. I mean, it's pretty clear looking at this daily chart that it loves to give back its gains. DERM, good volume. Doing some pretty good volume here. DERM coming up to $20. Double bottom on AGTC. Yeah, AGTC. Spelled it out in the watch list. This thing holds trend. We'll look and attack possibly Monday, Tuesday there. Look how heavy CPH is. Just like to see a little bit higher there, CPH. A little higher. Anyone in GENE? Yeah, GENE's coming up to the highs here. GENE. Did not forget about this one on GENE. Here we go. CPH testing that 175. There we go. There's a break of 175. Higher the better. Let early shorts get squeezed out, right, guys? Let early shorts get squeezed out. You wait for your lines. Nah, nothing really there, PHAS. GENE guys right at the highs here. AGTC moving up. Yeah, wait for Monday or Tuesday AGTC. Let shorts get a little bit comfy, come down a little bit more. Then we'll scare them out Monday or Tuesday. Alright, so here's this parabolic move here, guys, on CPH. So let's see if we get a squeeze here over 2. TRIL also curling. All right, here we go, guys. CPH over $2. CPH over $2. PHAS. Malden. So guys, I did get some CPH there. Did get some CPH short. They got short there at 208. At 225 line was the one I'm eyeing. Right off the game plan. Definitely not a beginner trade. So definitely got to be careful on CPH, guys. So right here at 225. Yeah, it's some big time volume, guys. Getting out of here on CPAH. Getting out of here on CPAH. So I did not like that volume there on that push. So I'm all out on that one. Took a small loss on CPH. Took a small loss. So guys, I only lost 15 cents. I only lost 15 cents there on CPAH. I stuck to my game plan. Didn't like the volume on the push, so I got out there on CPAH. Got out there on CPAH. Didn't like the volume there on that push. That's my risk management here, guys. So 15-cent loss, I'll take that any day. Stuck to my initial game plan. I did stop out once I saw heavy volume start to really come in there. Alright guys, so I stuck to my plan, just didn't work out. Look for my parabolic short setup. History of giving back its gains on CPAH. Turd of a stock. But I had to stop out, had to respect my my line. So our volume came in over there, over 225. So I took a 15-cent loss. Took a 15-cent loss. Alright, so let's see what else we got going on here. TRIL. And I'll post the charts, you guys, in chat if you guys want to see it. Alright, on the live stream, show you guys that CPAH trade. Alright, so let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else. Anything other than CPH at the moment. TRIL, still trying to hold on up here on TRIL. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, other than TRIL, let's see. How's SAVA looking? SAVA still trying to hold trend here. Trying to slowly move on up. Alright guys, that's really it. I mean, right now CPH definitely the top play at the moment. Now if you guys like this one for a possible long now that volume has come on in, I would say you could look around this $192 area for a possible dip. There we go. There's 240s now on CPAH. So really tricky one. You guys can see really tricky here on CPAH. Look at that. There's 250s now. There's 250s there on CPAH. So this thing really giving short some trouble here on CBH. Alright, let's see. TRIL. So guys, I would definitely be possibly willing to flip biases here on CPH and look for a possible dip here right around $192. Like I said, that's a part of trading, guys. I mean, if you go long and short, there's gonna be plays where you may have an initial bias, one way, and then you may see volume and price action change within the trade, and that bias could change. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here in CPAH. We went over this morning. Big history of giving back its gains here. Dilutive stock here on CPAH. Overall, the price action and volume here were absolute garbage here in the pre-market. Expected some newsletters to come in here right around $2. So as we came up to this 225 resistance from the pre-market, started getting short there 209 and 218. Then once I saw this volume push in here, doing it a 500k bar there, I'm like, whoa, this is huge volume. I gotta get out of this thing. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here on CPH. So if we ever get a pullback here, maybe 190, I may look for a possible washout long here, because I definitely think shorts are trapped some big time here, and we could see them look to want to get out as soon as possible here into any washes. Here's ALRN, one of our swing ideas posted in chat. PHAS open. All right. Haven't forgot about GNE too, guys. Remember GNE the past 2 days, it ran. It did happen later in the day, around like 10:30, 11. So likes to do some moves around, heading into lunch hour times. So I wouldn't totally sleep on GENE yet. see. All right. TRIL trying to step back on up here. Basing above this 350 area, TRIL. CPH pulling back here to 210. ALRN 75 cents. All right, guys. So far, one trade for me. Small loss on CPH. Still looking around. Still watching GENE. Still watching CPH. And just holding tight on some of these swings. ALRN working out nicely, and holding on to a few others. So if you guys are enjoying the live stream, feel free to drop a thumbs up. Help support the Velocity Trading channel. And if you guys haven't already, join our free Discord chat. Links down below in the description. And we do have a link there. If anyone wants to get a free stock through Webull, all you got to do is sign up. No, the chat is 100% free. 100% free, the Discord chat. And stay tuned, guys. Velocity Trading will be making a big announcement in 10 days. Wow. So 10 days, Velocity Trading will be making a big announcement. January 20th, we'll be putting out a YouTube video. So stay tuned. Any idea on NIO? Yeah, NIO trying to hold this $3 mark. You can see here, went on that nice initial spike, came back on down, held $3. Starting to slowly work its way on up. Definitely gonna have some bag holder resistance here from these prior days, as long as you're probably stuck here. Whoever bought up here, so you need to do some big time volume here to really eat through this overhead supply. So I could see NIO maybe consolidating for a few days, filtering out some longs, and then working its way back on up. But definitely that $3 line is going to be key on NIO. Hey Nick, how do you find news about the stock in pre-market before they gap up? Uh, well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to really know. I mean, when a company exactly put out a press release. I mean, the only news you could really find before it comes out. I mean, you gotta do your due diligence. Do your research. There's some biotech calendars with stocks that, have some dates for upcoming news. So you could check out the biotech calendar. Or you could use. I mean, if you want to get it instantly. I mean, you could use a news screener like a Bazinga Pro or Equity Feed that have the breaking news as they come on out. So guys, GENE here, guys, 460s here, GENE. So great job off the pre-market watch list. We called that 420 390 area for a bounce. Now working its way up here on GENE. Pretty much right on cue, right at 1010. So I'm just keeping a close eye on GENE here at the moment. Remember, guys, this is this one setup that volume will be a little bit lower. It's kind of this liquidity trap that we talk about here. AGTC. Yeah, sometimes, I agree, David. Love E-Trade, but sometimes it's just I wouldn't trade through them, but I mean, I like their level 2s a lot here. I just use them for, some swing trading and their charts in level 2. But yeah, sometimes it's super slow. So guys, GENE here, guys. High alert here, right at $5. GENE. Did start to slowly scale there on GENE. Did start to slowly scale here on GENE. So let's see. And what we need here in GENE is for that $5 mark to really start the base here. So here we go, guys. GENE. There's 515s. What we say here, guys? 520. 520 is that big mark. That's that day one high a day on GENE. Here we go, guys. Here's 520s here, GENE. Let's see if we get this the squeeze on up here. Shorts are definitely in some deep trouble here on GENE. So right here at 522. So this is what I mean, guys, by this liquidity trap here. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here's 530s, GENE. I'm gonna slowly look to scale out a little bit here. GENE. Really nice trade, guys. Perfect trade off the watch list. That's how we make a plan and attack, right? So we pretty much called out this GENE trade. We said watch at the open 420s to 390s for a dip buy, or wait for that $5 mark for confirmation for a possible next leg up here on GENE. So really solid trade overall here on GENE. And make sure you guys are locking in along the way. So I am out most of my position, right there, upper 520s. Awesome job, Corey. Awesome job. Do 422 out of 527. Congrats, man. Yeah, I was getting in a little bit late, guys. I was getting in a little bit later than you guys. For those guys who took the washout at the open, I was kind of waiting for that more confirmation. Once I slowly start to creep up, right around like 10:15, knowing GENE what it did the last two runs, right around the same time. Started to slowly scale in there, 490s, and was taking their upper 420s. But still holding a little bit of a flyer left, on GENE. Guys, careful on CPH here. Definitely some sketchy price action up here. Some sketchy price action up here on CPH. They did also have a recent S3 effective, so we could be seeing something shortly on CPH. Definitely one I wouldn't recommend holding out into the afternoon. Who knows, they could raise, so just be careful there on CPH. Alright, so what am I looking like on the day? Alright, so after that trade, up small green at the moment. after that GENE long. Quick little trade right there. AGTC. We wanted AGTC for Monday or Tuesday. Is it breaking out now? Yeah, it looks like we're starting to break out now on AGTC. TRIL. Not one I'm gonna be getting involved with. Best was really this opening move for a long trade on it. Right now, I would say your line would be 325 is your line, and then I would say backside for today would be sub 3. So these are your support lines, 325 and 3. I mean, if I was in here, what a target would be, I don't know, if you're risking 10 cents here, looking for maybe 360s. And look to make that, quick little 2-to-1. SAVA. There we go, an SAVA. Trying to reclaim here. So let's see if we get our next leg here on SAVA coming on up. Alright guys, what time we got here? 10:22. Still keeping an eye on GENE here. TRIL guys starting to crack a little bit here on TRIL. $3 will be that next line. Alright guys, so right now, a little bit of a lull in the action. You guys have any questions for me? I'll take some questions now. You guys have anything you want to ask me? You want me to go over my trades, why I took CPH, why I took GENE, anything. I don't mind answering some questions. Well, like I said, some really sketchy action here on CPH. Really sketchy action. Could be wrong, but it kind of feels like they're setting up to raise later today. Could be wrong, but kind of feels like here on CPH, kind of just propping this thing on up. Like I said, I'm no filings expert. All right, let's see. Nick, can you run over your GENE trade again? Yeah, I'll run over it. All right, so GENE hit. What do we have here on GENE? All right, so GENE here. So before we can get to that, what I've been seeing in this recent market, you guys always got to evaluate and know what's going on in the current market. Market conditions are key. So this morning on GENE, was looking for this thing to get its next leg on up, and you can see we did get a nice little pop here this morning on GENE. So we had this initial day one move. Following day had a red day, easing some shorts into it. Because a lot of these penny stocks, right, they go on the day one move and they come right back down where they came from. Majority of the time, that's what we've been seeing. From my 4 years of trading, that's most of the time what happens. These stocks just give back their games. Day one, everyone longs. Day two, we usually get that. excuse me. That move right back on down. So in this recent market, we've been seeing the day one move. Day two usually pulls back a little bit, but still holds the overall trend, right? You see, we're still holding that $3 that $3 mark. Then we have the day two move, slowly work its way on up, but not breaking out just yet. And now coming in today, I was like, all right, GENE. If this thing pulls back, and we still hold trend again today, we hold this 390, this $4 area. I could see that follow through momentum today. So this morning, you could see we held this 410 mark. I didn't look for the dip here. I wanted to see some more confirmation. I wanted to see that some more confirmation, and waited for it. Saw right around 10 o'clock, 10:10. All right, GENE. The last 2 days it broke on out. The last two times it broke on out was right around this 10:30 area. So slowly started curling up here, and I started to scale some in here, upper 480s, 490s, anticipating this move on up. You squeeze on up, you got it. Started scaling some out here, 528, 529 area, and came back on down. You can see 450 area is now key. You got to hold this 450 area if we want to make another move here on GENE. So I think I'm holding. What am I holding? Holding a few shares left here on GENE, so out majority of my position on GENE. Just giving a few shares here a flyer in case it moves. If anything, we get back over 5 base, I'll probably look to add back, but just a small position holding. I took the majority of it into that pop. So that was the GENE trade. Excuse me. How do you rate the news on CPH? Actually, funny. My uncle works for Honeywell, so I don't think he'd be so happy that I shorted. He's probably gonna get a kick out of it that I got squeezed. So, um, no, I just went over it. Sterling. It's more of the thesis. It's just more of a thesis. Seeing how the last 2 days it started to run at that same time. So kind of anticipated a little bit that it was gonna make that move right there, and that shorts were gonna start to exit and cover up their position. So it wasn't the volume. Like I said on this play, guys, on these liquidity trap trades. I mean, you don't really expect massive volume. It's more of shorts really all heading out for the doors and getting squeezed. Yeah, Mo. I wrote out my whole watch list for this morning. I wrote out the entire GENE plan, wrote out the CPH plan, wrote out all my game plans for my trades this morning. So yes, I do. Had a question. How could I stay in trades longer? That's a good question. Right? That's something that I struggled with for the longest time because I was always one to always stop out, always cut my losses quickly, which is good. You guys want to do that? Always stick to your stop loss. Cut your losses quickly once it hits your stop. But as I've been gaining more experience and being in this day trading game for a little bit longer, I've been kind of able to see what trades have more potential. So it's tough, right? It really is tough because like I said, I was always want to take profits early. Maybe I saw something I didn't like on the chart. I'm like, whoa, like I didn't like that candle, and I would take it off, right? But you really got to stick to your exit targets, right? So it comes down to a few things, right? Having your targets pre-planned before you trade. So before you get into any sort of trade, let's say you got into CPH, at I don't know, you got in here, 170, right? What would be your risk? I'd probably say, 160, 150. Let's just make it 150, right? So if you're risking 20 cents, you want to be able to make 40 cents. So you want to be looking to sell at 210, right? So you're sticking to your targets, seeing the trade through the end. I'm telling you, if you stick to your risk reward targets and you at least win, 50, 60% of the time, you'll be consistently profitable, right? So just set targets, pre-planning your exits, and your entries, and just sticking to them, seeing to the end, and in time. It will come. You'll be able to spot out which plays have bigger potential. So, I don't know, what was it, like TCCO? This one I had a massive target on it. This was an A+ setup for me. So when I see these A+ setups, I tend to hold them a little bit longer because my A+ setups have big time potential. So it's tough, right? It's tough. You'll come in time. As you see, and study these big time squeezers, you'll be able to spot the similarities and see which plays have bigger potential. And guys, I did take the rest of what I have. Just sold the rest of my 700 shares there in GENE, so I'm all out of that one. All out of that one. So I hope that helps, man. Hope that helps because it's definitely something that I struggled with early on, and in time I was able to really spot out which plays I could hold longer. All right, so we did have a couple more questions here, so I'll probably take a few more questions and then probably call it a morning. Probably gonna call it a morning here. It's gonna be a pretty much a break even day for me. It's gonna be a break even day for me right now. Was the first move around 942 week? I think you're talking about GENE maybe. Yeah, I kind of expected it to be a slower mover there on GENE. I didn't expect them to rush it, so once I saw it creep up around like that 10:30 where they did it the last two times, I was more interested. What facility does your uncle work at? Wow, you work at Honeywell also? Uh, I don't know which one he works at. I'm not sure which one he works at. That's funny. I'll definitely ask him. Which one do you work at? Robbie? Oh yeah, New York. Yeah, it would be in New York. Oh, Virginia. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's works somewhere in the New York area. That's funny, man. What a small world. All right, so closing down the end of our first week of January. What do you guys think so far? January trading. What do you think? I think it's been pretty solid, right? I think it's been pretty solid. Uh, I'm definitely not disappointed in the action. It's definitely not, you know, supernova action. Obviously, we're not gonna get that, every single day, every single week, but I'm pretty pleased with the action. It's been solid. It's been solid. I can't say it's been super hot every single day, but it's been pretty solid. It's been pretty solid. The action. Hey Nick, what's the most important thing to see in an A plus setup? Well, everyone has different A plus setups. My A plus setup's different from yours. My A plus setup's different from Come to Life's. My A plus setup is different from Trading Penny. So it really depends on what your setup is. But what's an A plus setup to me would be everything on my criteria, my checklist lining up. Uh, so yeah, once everything on my criteria, my checklist lines on up, for me that's an A plus setup. Legendary, interesting to say the least. Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely been interesting. I would say something that you've been seeing a little bit more is more of these midday, end of day moves, right? Where we're not really seeing that follow through in the beginning of the day. I mean, AGTC got that move midday. Oh, excuse me, I meant yesterday. So we got this move in the midday on AGTC yesterday. Seeing a lot more pre-market action. You're seeing a lot more multi-day movers. So yeah, it's definitely been interesting. It's definitely been a little change of the normality that we see. So we gotta be ready. We gotta be prepared. That means making more pre-market setups that I have in my playbook. I'm gonna go attack more in pre-market. If that means starting to look for some more swing trades, I'm going to be looking for more of my swing trading setups. If we're going to see the wash, strap, and squeeze pattern happen midday, end of day, I'm going to look for that more. So I'm ready to adapt, and I'm ready to go. Definitely excited for see what's in store for the rest of January. GENE setting up again. Legendary. It kind of looks like it made its move already on GENE. Would have liked to have seen it at least get to 550, but it already made its move there in GENE. The opportunity was there. We had that dip buy at 415, and then we had that that 480, 490 area where we got that squeeze on up. So guys, I'm gonna give like another minute here. I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you guys did, please drop a big thumbs up. Help support the channel. And like I said, in 10 days from now, Velocity Trading will be making its biggest announcement ever. So in 10 days from today, making that big announcement. You got it, Dreambox. Have a fantastic weekend. You too, Legendary. Have a great weekend. Yep, I'm still holding SAVA swing. Still holding this one. It's kind of around my entry here, so just keeping an eye on it. ALRN looking 74 cents. Yeah, so ALRN. See if you can start to slowly climb up to $1 in the upcoming days. Appreciate it, guys. 60 likes. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Alright guys, so next 30 seconds, I'm going to be ending the live stream. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. See you guys back here first thing on Monday morning. Alright, so I'm not seeing any more questions. Alright, so I'm going to end it here. Once again, have a fantastic weekend, everyone. If you guys have any questions anymore, just you guys could DM me in the Discord chat. May not respond right away. Just in the recent few months, been getting a lot more direct messages. So we'll get back to you. Just be patient. And I'll see you guys back here first thing Monday morning. Ready to go. Ready to attack. And see if we get some more opportunity in the next week. So that's going to be it for me, guys. I am out of here. Peace.